Try this recipe, you guys. It is amazing and you will be blown away by it. This is gonna show one of these amazing techniques we've been using with mushrooms. So we just started, if you're in the UK and in any part of the world that Tesco is in, we started selling these King Oysters or Eryngii in packs of 3 to 4. And they're going out into more stores even. And you can pretty much find these at any Asian market as well, and also lots of places in the US. So this technique is invaluable, you guys. If you're on a plant-based diet, this one is one of those recipes that will make you warm and fuzzy inside. Because it's just one of those amazing textural things that I might miss when I stopped eating meat. So I'm just gonna get started with this. The technique is the shredding technique that we're gonna use. So I just use an average fork. So check this out. You literally are just gonna run the fork along the fibers, and I will show you how this works. So look at that. All right, so we're just shredding, and I'll pull it off the stem here, and then look at that. This is what we're doing. This is where the magic comes from. This is one of the reasons I absolutely love these mushrooms. That fiber right there, that's gonna be our shredded chicken. So we're gonna shred all these quick. We'll start filling up the bowl. This just takes a minute. Guys, just look at this. Look at that texture. Look at those shreds. It is just amazing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We don't need to kill shit for flavor. I mean, I can't say enough about it. So happy to be able to share this with you guys. So now that we shredded the mushrooms, we're gonna heat up the pan, and I'm gonna start dicing the mirepoix. So we're gonna get into the slicing and dicing. Everything's gonna be a pretty much rustic, rough chop, all right? So I'm just cutting them in half, and then I cut them in half again, and then in half again, and then in half again. Cut it in half, in half, in half. Easy, easy, easy. So we got carrots done. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of plant-based butter to the pot. Now remember, guys, there's no fat at all in the mushrooms. We're not cooking meat. So I am adding a little bit of the fat in here. I feel like I have to explain myself because I know how to do a lot of no oil cooking. Here is for flavor. We're gonna make a ton of this, so this is probably gonna be enough for a good couple days. I'm gonna add the carrots right to it. And then I'm gonna get right into the onion, okay? I peeled it ahead of time, not so I didn't bore you. Dice. Okay, quick. So now I'm gonna get on to the celery. So again, I'm keeping it all rough cut, very easy. We're just sauteing the mirepoix just a little bit. I am gonna add the freshly shredded mushrooms right to the bowl. All right, so we will just saute this for a little bit. I want this to cook down. It already smells delicious and we haven't even added any spices yet to it. So I'm gonna build flavors by adding different spices that will layer in the flavors of this soup. So instead of boiling a bunch of dead animal bones, I'm gonna be just cooking up the mushrooms and using that flavor, and then also using the spices to really bump it up and make it bold and vibrant and super delicious that you're gonna love. So I'm gonna start with about 3/4 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. For color, the yellowness of the turmeric, I'm gonna add about 1/2 teaspoon. Maybe not even 1/2 teaspoon. Just be careful, don't overdo it. You can always add more. I just want this faint yellow color to remind me of chicken noodle soup. So a little bit of the turmeric. I'm gonna add onion granulated, about 1/2 teaspoon of onion granulated. And black pepper, I'm a big fan of, so I'm gonna add about 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And I might add more afterwards. I'm gonna hold off on the salt because I'm gonna add some of this vegan bouillon, which is amazing. We sell it here in Tesco. And I'll add this in a minute. Once I know how much water I add to it, I'll add it after I add the water. I don't want to over salt it. You can always add more salt if you want it saltier. You can't take the salt away. So I'm gonna add this for the flavor. And all it is a blend of pepper and dried garlic. So I'm adding about 1 tablespoon of this seasoning. I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit. Now it's starting to smell really good. All right guys, so noodles. You can use any kind of noodle you want. I just happen to pick one of a name that I can't pronounce. So, and I really like the shape. So I'm just gonna add the noodles. And I'm also gonna add some white beans. So for a little bit of added protein. All right, so it's in there. Now I'm gonna add water. And I'm just gonna add enough liquid. I'm gonna add all of it. All right. It says 4 level teaspoons per liter. I'm gonna add 6. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Is that 4? I think 4. My memory too. 5, 6. Okay. If I need to, I'll add more in a little bit. I'm just gonna stir that in. So I'm just gonna add the 1 bay leaf. I haven't added any garlic. And you know what? I should have added the garlic in the beginning when I was sauteing all this stuff, but I didn't. So there's no problem with adding it now. Because the water's gonna boil, I want that added flavor of the garlic. So quickly, smash, bash, boom, again. Right in. I'm gonna cover this and bring it to a boil. What I'm gonna do now is before service, because I want the freshness and I wanna add a little bit more plants to it, I'm gonna add this much spinach, baby spinach, so it's I don't know, it's 1 really good size handful right on top. Give it a nice little pop of green. And I'm also gonna take this much parsley. You see how much that is? It's like 1 handful and a little bit extra of fresh parsley. This just adds that fresh, vibrant garden taste that I'm really looking for. So that's going right in. I'm just gonna stir this right in. Spinach will just naturally wilt right into it, adds this beautiful color. Man, it looks good. It smells so good. So this is all finished and a perfect lunch or dinner. Look at these, it just looks amazing. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like chicken noodle soup. I mean, it's amazing.